Okay, let's talk about the difference between influence and control in a mixed faith marriage, because I see these two ideas get conflated a lot, get mixed up. One is often confused for the other. Influence first. Influence is real. We have influence on our spouses. You know, the things I say and do can influence how my husband thinks, and then therefore how he feels, and therefore how he acts. There is influence because we're in a close, intimate relationship. We live in the same house. There's influence, just like we influence our children. But what there isn't, and this is an important distinction, is there isn't control. My thoughts, my feelings, my actions do not control him. They do not control his thoughts, his feelings, his actions. Yes, there's influence, but what I say does not dictate how he feels. What I do does not dictate how he acts. There is not control. People truly are autonomous, adults especially, truly are autonomous, and they get to decide whatever they're presented with, what it means, what they're going to feel about it, how they're going to act. So this is the same thing in a relationship. If my husband says something to me, you know, I'm going to be paying 30% of our income to tithing, he's not going to control my thought and feeling and actions about that. I get to decide. Yes, there's influence, but I get to decide what I want to think about that, how I want to feel about that, and how I want to act in the face of that. So think about it this way. When I get to the place where I confuse influence with control, and I think he has control over my thoughts and feelings and actions, now I become the victim and he becomes the villain or the perpetrator, and vice versa. And that can be a really challenging dynamic to deal with in a relationship. When I think he can control me and vice versa, I can control him, now I'm in a place where like how he feels and how he gives meaning to different situations is my fault. And I need to go in and fix that and moderate that and attend to that, and vice versa. He needs to go in and fix my emotions and fix my thoughts and fix my actions. That's a really tricky ground to be in, because now we're abdicating our own emotional responsibility to our spouse and vice versa. It's a setup where if the other person doesn't change how they're thinking, how they're feeling, how they're acting, it's now a problem. That's what really opens the door to more manipulation and control for sure. A lot of times when we think we have control over our spouse or they have control over us, it also creates feelings of disempowerment. So I find it very helpful to own what I can control and what I can influence, and to recognize the difference between the two.